just on with you soon. What? Okay, guys, just 1 second. Unos momentos. Okay, good. Super good, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Maverick is here. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but KK is here. Mia. How are you guys? I hope everything is good with you. We are going straight into the market. I am in 4 long positions on Bitcoin, and I'm just trading the pullback. Okay, hey, close enough. Yeah, I guess. Okay, we're starting with Matic. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, just 1 second. Okay, so we are 14 watching. You can hear me, everything's fine. See me in the right time to say I missed the dip. Yep. Okay, so let's see what can happen. Looking at Matic, but that was the wrong chart that I did have. I want to have this on the... Yeah, exactly. So we're going down to Matic again. Okay. So Andy's people are coming. He just live ended. Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, so let's see. We came back down to the Fibonacci levels that I did have. And let's see what could happen on Matic. So happened during today. Let's see. Okay, so we did respect the 61% at 1.4 on Matic, and that happened. It happened yesterday. Let's see what could potentially happen then right now. I'm just getting so much text message. I'm sorry, I'm gonna take away the phone so we're not gonna get disturbed. Let's see. Okay. We're just gonna take this down. I want to take this resistance down to 1.6, and then I want to focus on what's gonna... No, I actually want to take it down to 1.612, around that level. So you can see this previous small resistance that we did have. So we did have the market trying to break this level, but it didn't have the power to do that. So the market came back down. And we came back down and retested 1.45 because that was the 61% Fibonacci that we do have on the higher time frames. So it makes sense that the market is going up from that level. But we can see, we also have to look at the daily and see how it looks. So we're taking another Fibonacci from the highest point at 1.759 to the lowest point at 1.495. We could also see that we could come up and create a lower high, because remember guys, the market is still in a downtrend. It maybe doesn't have the power to break yet, so that is why we're just combining these two together so we can see what actually could happen against the levels. So we could come up to 1.6 again, or we are just coming to 1.65. We're taking away this level so we're not getting confused. So I'm using the Fibonacci because it was almost the same thing. So yeah, we're just on our way up. So either we will break this level. We could retest it, but this is actually the first level I want to see if we're gonna respect it at 1.6, because we did have the fake out from this level, and usually the market comes and retests it one more time, and then the market could continue back down. I still want to have the Fibonacci on the higher time frame so we can see, okay, where did I have it from before? I need to see where I had the Fibonacci. Nope, it wasn't that one. Okay, we're looking at the weekly instead. Oh yeah, so this is how it looks. So we're taking Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point on the weekly chart, and then we're going down, and this is how it looks. So we could come up to 1.628, and then we just might see the market coming back down one more time. But I do believe that we will continue being around 1.4 and 1.5 before we are actually heading back up. Looking at the daily, we've been having such a huge downtrend right now, so a lot of red candlesticks to the downside. So I do not believe the market will just have a huge candlestick and just engulf everyone and then we're having an uptrend. No, it takes time. So that's why I'm looking at these. This is the support that we're having that we will respect, and I do believe is this from this level we will continue back up, but I do believe we can come back down and down a little bit more and just see the market consolidate between these levels. So yeah, looking at the lower time frames, we are right now retesting a previous resistance right here around 1.599. So either we will come back down, try to break this level, but come back down again and then see market coming down. Or we will see the market actually breaking it, retest. But at this point, we have to see how the market is reacting to 1.658 if we're seeing the market coming back down again. Hope you understood what I was talking about. If not, please tell me so I know. Okay, so let's see. Someone wanted me to look at DOT. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, it's so identical. Well, same thing here. It's super identical. Ethereum is going up. Yeah, I want to see how my trades is working. I'm looking through my phone, and I did have... Oh, this looks so beautiful, guys. I'm gonna show you why I entered. I'm gonna show you why I entered Bitcoin in a 1 minute. And let's see. Okay, but we're starting off with the weekly on DOT2. So we're taking a Fibonacci from 25.66. We're having it to the highest point, and that should be around 52.25. Hello, everyone. How are you? Wrist Natalie, how are you doing? I'm super good. Hi, Natalie. EG, I'm going to look at that pair. And Brazil is here. I guess you're from Brazil. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm super duper good, guys. So it's been a good week for me when it comes to trading. It's been a good week for me personally also. I always sit around the computer, so it's not a lot of things happening, but you know, trader's life, right? Sitting at the computer, trying to find entries. That's a good thing. Okay, so we're looking at DOT. We're also coming back, we did come back down to the 50% that we did have on the weekly Fibonacci, around 38.8. We did respect it, and now we're coming back up. So it almost looks identical when we're looking at when we did look at Matic, but we definitely have to adjust something. So I'm gonna take the resistance around here, and I'm not gonna involve the fake out that I did have. I'm gonna take the solid resistance, and I'm having it around 41.98. So what I'm waiting for to see is to see how we are reacting to 42.09, if we're gonna come back down. Because guys, just looking at this, you did create a lower low, a lower high, lower low. We just might create another lower high, and then the market comes back down. And then remember, Natalie, when I told Remember, Natalie, when I told to short on 63K, I gained so much. Super. I'm so happy. Did I tell you? Or of course, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but nice. That's good. I'm super happy for you. Okay, so we could come back to the resistance. Market could come back down to the 61%, and then we just might see consolidation continuation to the upside. Because looking at the higher time frames, can you see this is like a mountain. Like if you're jumping off of this mountain, you're gonna die. So that's why I'm not buying. Okay, you could buy the market, obviously, but just have in mind that the market could actually just come to this level and then go back down again. As long as you're knowing if you're do you trade the pullback, do you trade the impulsive move, you have to understand what direction you're going to. So that's what I see. So on dot, I'm gonna look at 42.12 and see how the market is reacting to it. So guys, I'm gonna show you my so this morning I did take 2 positions on Bitcoin. My first position was around 56,000. Yeah, 56,000. And my second target was 56,690. So my target is on 58,600. And that is my profits on. I have four orders, and my take profit is, because when I'm looking at the higher time frames, even on Bitcoin, it's the same thing that's happening on Matic and DOT. Is because we could come up to the previous resistance. We can come up to 58,900. That is also combined with the Fibonacci that I took from 60,400. And I don't use leverage on these trades. Nope, I don't. And then I'm taking it to 55,900, and that gives me where the potentially lower high could be at these levels. And when the market comes to these levels, I'm gonna take myself, or I'm having the profits, but at that point I'm gonna start to look if I'm gonna go short, or maybe if I can find another long opportunity. So we just have to wait and see. But that's my position right now, and yeah, we're almost hitting my take profit, so that's good. Hey Natalie, afternoon. I'm a long time on here. Yeah, Mandar, it was a long time. Where the heck have you been? Guys, we're 44 people watching this live stream, and we're 19 people that has liked it. Please guys, help me to grow this channel and reach out to more people and go inside and like this video. That would be super nice. And you can do that while I am looking at your trades, right? That would be super good. Okay, let's see. Someone wanted me to look at, was it someone told me Ethereum before? That's the same thing right here. We're looking at, so we came back down to 3,900. And if you're following us on Twitter and on TikTok, you could see that I did talk about these levels before, and I still have them on. So that is why it's really good having different levels, because you will work with them. So market comes down to 3,900, we're coming up to 4,200. We just might come back down again, if we're breaking 3,900, we can come back down to 3,600, so etc. Market has been playing out super good around these levels. So but we have to update what's going on. So I'm just gonna drag it down a little bit like this on the daily. And let's see what we can do. Okay, so if the daily closes, the daily candle closes in 9 hours and 52 minutes above 4,200, we could see the market actually retesting this level and then continue to the upside. But we could come back down a little bit more, obviously. We could take a Fibonacci from 3,990 to 4,290. So that could be where the market could pull back down to if we see the market actually starting to continue to the upside. And we're having momentum to the upside right now, and we're having it on all of the pairs. So we just have to wait and see how 4,200 is going to hold. And after that, we're taking the decisions, because as I told you guys, this could also just be the market just might go up and create a lower high. We can also take a Fibonacci from 4,700 to the lowest point at, where is that? 3,995. So we're gonna take this small one away so we're not getting confused with all the lines on the chart, so we know what we're looking at. So potentially what could happen is that we're actually coming back up and retest 4,400, and then we just might have a lower high. Market comes back down one more time. Potentially could happen. I'm not telling you that it could, that it's gonna happen. But if we are gonna come back down to the weekly, if we're going to come back down to the weekly Fibonacci, that is something that could happen. Also have in mind that during this week, we have been very, very bearish. So if we're closing with a huge bearish candlestick, we're having so much power to the downside. So we have to come back down. Believe me, guys, just following market structure as always, at that point, market has to come back down just to correct itself. So we could see on the daily, we could see maybe a breakout, fake out, retest, comes back up to Fibonacci, then market goes down, and then it starts to go up again. So we're just trying to puzzle everything together, but you know, we just have to see how the market is reacting to them. I just want to see how it goes on Bitcoin. Yeah, it still looks solid. And okay, so I wanted me to look at Ethereum. Yeah, good. A to A. So we're gonna look at A to A right now. And obviously this didn't happen. So we're taking that one away. But another thing happened. This is the good thing. We're having the market, we did have a support right here at 1.8229. What happened was that the market tried to break this level, didn't have the power to do that. So what potentially could happen is that we're actually coming back down to 8,100, and then see market coming back up one more time. Definitely something that could happen. And when we're coming up to this previous resistance, that's when we have to start to see, okay, what's actually going to happen. So I actually want to have it right here, because when I'm doing my support and resistance line, I do not include the fake outs. But if we're continuing back up, we're obviously going to have some trouble breaking 1.8872 also. Remember guys, market is moving from zone to zone. So that is why you see the market, slow down, comes back down, react to some areas. And that is because, okay, we're coming back up to 1.8. Market goes down maybe to this level that I was talking about, 1.8199. And then you see the market finding the power to continue to the upside. So if this is the breakout to the upside, I don't know. That is why we're using these targets to see how the market is reacting around them. So if we start to see huge momentum to the upside, obviously we have to start to think, okay, maybe we are actually long and market is going up again. So always try to be ahead of time. Have these targets, see how the markets react to them. Hey guys, 62 watching right now. Please go inside and like this live stream for me so we can reach out to more people and just help me grow this channel, guys. I'm really trying to help you when it comes to trading, because when I started it was tough, so I'm trying to give you an easy way of explaining how I see the market. And obviously you guys know that I am no financial advisor, so everything that I do and say is based on my experience, so you have to be responsible for your own trading. Okay, good. Natalie, can you have a EGLD? Okay, we're looking at EGLD USDT. Okay, so I did have a counter trend line right here, which we actually did break. A counter trend line, if you do not know what that is a trend line of the pullback. So I can see when the pullback is done, because as you know guys, we are in a uptrend. So this is the trend, but sometimes the market has to retrace back, and that is calling a counter trend line. And we did break that level. Market had its final dip, and then market continued. And this is also something that happened, that the market did actually fake us out. So this is why it's super good that you're understanding how fake outs working. You're having a support right now, market tries to break it but comes inside, it retested, boom, goes to the upside. And if you knew about this, you could have gone long on this wick right here, because when you're having a fake out, the market usually comes back down close to the fake out, but it never breaks the fake outs. Maybe retest 50% of the fake out, and then market goes to the upside. And this is exactly what happened. So right now, I mean, I think the market is creating a new all-time high. Looks like that. Oh, Wesley's here. Yeah, so we can take this one away. We could come back down again, but I mean, huge momentum. So we're gonna take this one away, and we're gonna take these one away. It's 2-minute things. Don't have to look. We can still have that on in case. So we saw the market actually breaking it. Hey, Mohammed. Hello, how are you? Not missed you, Wesley. Yes, I always miss Wesley. Okay, so let's see. We can have another. Let's see. I mean, I can still have this counter trend line on in case we're coming back down to the level again. But it's really hard now because the market is so, I mean, super volatile. But when we're starting to see the market coming back down, it's actually pretty hard analyzing this market right now because we're having such huge momentum. So I want to have more things on the charts. I don't want to go down to the lower time frames right now. I mean, I only have one bearish candlestick that is activated and just happened, so, but the market can continue up. So I would definitely wait for the market to start to give me more lower lows and lower highs, high highs and high lows. And then after that, I can analyze it. But you know, we are breaking, we did break, having a new all-time high. Market could come back down to maybe this previous support resistance at 324, or maybe this high, just a quick pullback against 337. Could also be like that, but it's really hard analyzing the market when it is like this. The move already happened, kind of. Well, thank God I got out of that. My first take profit on Bitcoin is, where is it? It's 58,270, and my second one is 58,800. So overall, I'm in profit with 1,118 pips because I have 4 positions. So all of them including is almost 1,200 pips. Okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, guys, remember also, we're having super good bonus right now on Femex. We have up to $4,100. Claim this bonus right now. And on Prime XBT, you can also receive up to 50% added to your deposit when you're using the promo code Bitcoinsensus. So guys, if you're just scrolling down on this to the description, you'll have all the information right here. If you have any questions, please guys, you can also be a part of our community, the Telegram group, and you can tag either me, Andy, or anyone else in the Bitcoinsensus. And if you're having any problems, you can text us right here and we can answer you and help you as fast as we can. But overall, Femex, up to $4,100 in bonus is super good, guys. So claim this one right now. But we're gonna continue looking at Gala. Okay, so we're having something else on this chart. That's pretty good. Market is just going sideways. Okay, we're just starting over. Looking at, okay, so that was on the, okay, looking at the daily, we had a huge candlestick to the upside. We could take a Fibonacci, but it doesn't have to come back down to this level. But we're just gonna have it anyway. So we're taking it from 0.11 to the highest points at 0.23 on the daily, guys, remember? And then we could see the market actually had trouble breaking this level 2 times. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually gonna use this as a resistance around 0.23. And why is that? Because the market didn't have the power to break. You saw 2 fake outs, market came up and retested it, and now the market could come back down again. Potentially what could happen is obviously we can first of all come back down to the support that we're having around 0.20. The market, if the market is breaking that level, we could see coming back down to 0.15 or 0.17. Why is that? Because that is the Fibonacci that we're having on the higher time frames. But it doesn't have to happen. We only have these targets in case we're breaking 0.20855. We're just going in between these levels right now. The market is just going sideways. We can also drag it up. This looks so much better. But we could come back down. And this is also, guys, so if we are in a sideways market, usually this is where you're having the fake out. So it looks like market continues back down, doesn't do that. Market comes inside again, comes back to the resistance, is doing the same thing until the market actually decides to break for real, retest, and then the market is on either going up or it's going down. But if we're going back down, the targets could be around 0.15800 because that's, remember, it's the Fibonacci. Fibonacci is the reversal area that we're looking at because we are in the uptrend, but the market is just doing a pullback. But right now we're just going sideways. So we have to wait for the market to break to either direction. Otherwise, I would just trade in between the support and resistance zone. Hey Natalie, hello Cosmin, Marian and Lauren, Alexandra Collins, hey in Swedish. Gala is no joke. No, it's not, Subaru. What is your first take profit on Bitcoin? What was it? I think it was 58,200. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong. 58,200. I have 2 take profits at that level, and I have 2 take profits at 58,800. Hur mår du då? Jag mår bra. Hur mår du själv? I am only 800% right. Oh my god. Nej. That's okay, Marverick. I hope it's gonna be better. Sorry, I used for Swedish practice apart from the teach analyze. No problem, Lauren. I asked if you were okay too. I hope you're good. Last week we had a look at Hodge. It has picked up a little now. Can we revisit? Yes, of course. Oh, we could just do this. I don't have to scroll up. Where was it? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're looking at HOGE from last week, and it was, where did I take it? I think I took it, I really don't remember, but it looks like we were, what did I maybe take it from the higher time frames? Oh yeah, so I took the Fibonacci from the higher time frames, and yeah, market haven't done anything special more than, you know, you have a huge gap right here, and going back in time, the market has always filled the gaps. So we could potentially, and this is what I'm expecting, to see the market coming up to Fibonacci levels, and that is around 8,018, and we can also come up to the, you know, to the support, the resistance around 8,900. At that point, we will also fill the wick gap that we're having right here, and then we could potentially see the market coming back down. But you know, yeah, well, on the 4-hour chart we are in a downtrend, but we also have to have in mind that right now we're also at a previous, we do have a previous support where you could actually see the market coming inside again, retest, and then you see maybe the market starts to continue to the upside. So that is definitely something that we can see. So when we're having the market coming to these levels at a you know, when we're so far down, we could actually start to see the market starting to break to the upside. So we have to be careful not having super, I mean, we could create a lower high, come back down a little bit, but we have to have in mind that this support at 6,000 or 7,000 could be the last touch before we're actually breaking to the upside. But I definitely see the market coming up and fill the gap that we're having, because going back in time, you're having the gaps, and every time the market filled it. What else do we... Kelly's no joke. And it's getting liquidated. Your mood is not good today. I can feel that. What? I'm good. I'm happy. Hi Nat, can you check A to A? Yes, of course. Oh, you don't see the gap? Well, I was looking at pancake swap. You're looking at poo coins. What? I don't have that here. I don't know what you're looking at, but even if you don't see the gap, it's still the same thing. If the same currency, it is the same thing, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's very good to know about the gaps because the market usually cover them. But we were supposed to look at A to AUSDT. Okay, we're starting over with this pair. No problem, Dean. No problem. Okay, so we're starting over. Okay. I'm still gonna use the Fibonacci from 0.38. Oken, hello, how are you? And we're taking the Fibonacci to 1.62. Then we're going down to the lower time frames, and this is how it looks. So we had a huge fake out to the upside. Market came back down again, and this was the resistance that we did retest. So yeah, either we will come back down and retest maybe 0.84. Okay, let's see. Okay, so what potentially could happen is, because we're still doing lower lows and lower highs, right now we are retesting the 4-hour Fibonacci that I took from 1.08 to the lowest point at 0.93. We could see the market right now retesting it, and we just might create another lower high and then come back down to 0.8525, and then you start to see the market having, as always, trouble breaking that level. We're also having this resistance or support around 1.0351. So if we're breaking, we've just retested 61.8. But I do believe we can come back down a little bit more. So either the market could trying to break this level, and then you see the market breaking inside and you see the retest going back down. But we could also see the market right now just come up a little bit more, or we're actually going down from this level right here, because we are right now retesting the 61% and the 50% of the Fibonacci. So we just, lower high, lower low, and maybe this last lower low will be around 61% of the weekly Fibonacci. Then market continues to the upside. I should start a short for the community. Yeah, Wesley, you do that. How to lose money before you're even inside the market by Wesley. Huh? So good. Okay, maybe we have something else on Beta USDT. Oh, this is the only one? That's okay. Okay, we're just going down. I don't have so much to work with here, more than we have a support around 1.05. I actually have to turn the lights off, guys, because it really bothers my eyes. Okay, so okay, looking at this, we're having the support around 1.09, and we're having a previous support also at 1.56. So the market could right now go in between these levels until we either break 1.54, continuation to the upside, or we're trying to break it but we're coming inside again, retest, continues back down. And the same thing to the opposite side, to the support. We just might come back down from the resistance, try to break it, comes inside, and then markets breaks to the upside again. Because I don't have so much to work on. I don't know if this is the only thing that exists on Beta. But no. In between these levels right now, that's the most important thing. FTM USDT. On Phantom, we came back down precisely to the Fibonacci. Can you see why this is super good? I mean, Fibonacci is saving a life. At least it's saving accounts. You know? No? Okay. So market came back down to 1.8, and that was the Fibonacci that I did have on the weekly. And that was from 1.18 to the highest point at 2.8. You're having a support right here. And we have already retesting it, but we could come back down and retest it one more time. We could also come back down and retest 2.02 again, and then see market continues to the upside. But when we're looking at this, when we are looking at this support, as long as we're not having the next candle, the next 4-hour candle closing below it, at that point the market almost 100% will go back down again. So you'll see market goes close, retest, continuation to the downside, and then we just might playing around the Fibonacci between 2.02 again and 1.8, even more. So right now you know you have to wait and see to jump into a market right now. As long as you're not seeing this support will hold as a support. But that is why sometimes it's better to wait for the 4-hour candle, because it's 1 hour and 24 minutes left of this candle. So maybe you have to wait a bit, but it also maybe just not, you know, take money away from your account, which you actually could have gained more money of if you just waited a little bit. Can you look at BTC on 15-minute chart, please? Do you see a cup and handle that just broke out with a target to 59,500? Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't use cup and handle, so I actually do not know how that works, to be honest. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But for myself, because I'm already in position, I'm in 4 positions on Bitcoin, and my target is actually around 58,000. The highest target is 58,800. So just right here. But because what I see is that the overall picture, the market is still in a downtrend. The market is still in a downtrend, but we came back down to the support at 56,000, and obviously the market, every time the market is coming to a level like that, the market will bounce. So yesterday I was having short positions on Bitcoin. I took them out when we came back down to 56,000. I did close, I think I had 4 of them too. I closed for all of the 4, and because I knew the market, or almost knew the market, was supposed to go up again. So instead of just waiting, I actually took me out. So I'm having the money, and then I'm just taking new entries. But what I see is that we can come up to, take these away. We're coming up to the Fibonacci levels that I'm having, and I'm basing that from 60,400 to the lowest point at 55,900, and that gives me the target where I actually could see the market creating a lower high, and then I'm selling the market one more time. So when I'm in a long position right now, that is just because I see the pullback, and after that I can see market continues back down. So I don't know. Hey Natalie, hope you well. 3 days in the green in a row thanks to you, to your help. Big thank you. Well, no problem, Glenn Douglas. I'm happy for you. Super happy that I can help. Even though I'm no financial advisor, but you already know that. Thank you. If we're going to 5th, would you pull Ethereum with it? I mean, it works with each other, but obviously sometimes Bitcoin is going back down faster or up faster than Ethereum, but just because I'm shorting or Bitcoin doesn't mean I'm gonna short Ethereum at the same time. But yeah, they're definitely combined with each other in some way. But just looking at Bitcoin right now for my own sake too. So we're looking at the 15 minutes right now. So I don't have so much. Okay, let's see what could potentially happen. So, okay, potentially what could happen right now on Bitcoin is that we could come back down and retest 57,400. We're taking Fibonacci from 56,900 to highest point 57,990. So we're having a pullback right now, and that could take us to, I would take this one instead, so around 57,465. Retest, oops. So we could see the retest and then continuation to the upside, because on the lower time frames right now we are in an uptrend if we're looking at the 15 minutes, and that's what I'm taking advantage of. But obviously when we're coming up to, if we're coming up to 58,700 or 800, that's when we actually could start to see the reversal back down. I still believe we will come back down more. Okay, so let's see. Ask Natalie to look at Phil. What? Wesley? Ask Natalie to look at FEL. We can look at FEL? Of course. Wesley, you're not the one asking me, you're the one telling me what to look at. Okay, we're looking at FEL. Oh, you were talking to Sebastian. Sebastian, we're looking at the weekly. Yeah, huge momentum to the downside. We are right now, I do believe we can come back down to 46.91. So we do have a support right here. Going back in time, you can see that every time we came to this level, either we broke it or retested it. So we could see the market. We're taking Fibonacci from 63.46 and to 48.50. So two things can happen right here. Either you'll have the fake out happening right now. So if the daily is closing inside 55.87, you can see the retest continuation to the upside. And then we can come up to 66. We can also come up to the trend line that I'm having around 75. Could happen. But if we are respecting the Fibonacci that I'm having, we're coming up and we are closing below this fake out that we had to the upside. So we're just closing just below it, and then market goes back down. Hi Natalie, I have a question. When a candle closes in, say, the 4 hourly or daily, in which time zone is it closing? Well, it depends on when the candle is closing. In which time zone? I don't kind of understand the question, to be honest. Yeah, oh, you're meaning... For myself? I don't understand. Yeah, so either or we can come up to in TradingView, I have UTC. I have London session on. UTC London session. That's what I'm having. It depends on where you are from, but I'm having London session because I follow London. London is 1 hour behind me, but I have London session on my TradingView. UTC London. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, again about fill, we can come up. Looks like we're coming back down, retest the resistance or the support, and then we're continuing back down. Hot. We're looking at HOT. Okay, so same thing happened right now. We did come back down to, I guess I took it from, maybe I took it from the 2-day. Okay, so I took a Fibonacci from 9,075. And then I took it to the highest point at 15,732. We just came back. We came back down and retested the 61%, around 11,613. So this is potentially what could happen, and this is super good. This is super good, everyone. Taking that one away because we don't need it. So what could potentially happen is that we're coming back down and retesting the 50% one more time, and then you see continuation to the upside. Thanks. But wouldn't the European time zone be more accurate because more people are using it there? What do you mean? Okay, that's interesting. Thanks. But wouldn't the European time zone be more... That is the European time. I mean, it depends on... I'm using it because it works for me. It works super good for me. Hey, you doing great? Okay. So yeah, I do believe that that could happen to a HOT. Because this level is also a previous resistance. Yeah, come back down maybe to 12,144, then continues to the upside, because that's the pullback. We came up, we came down and retested Fibonacci, so that tells me that we're gonna bounce to the upside. But we also have to have in mind, no, maybe not. Yeah. So we're just following and see how it works. We could also come back down, as long as we're not breaking 11,430, because that was the fake out. As long as it's not breaking that level, I see market continues back up. Okay, I think to London time, thanks, no problem. Can you see the time on right bottom beside that candle closes according to whatever time frame you're in? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, it doesn't matter. Candles don't close according to our country. What country? What country are you living in? See how it goes. Oh! I know you should not be happy when you're trading and you're in profit. But I am happy. You should control your feelings, but I'm still super happy. Yes! But always be humble, because market can screw you up in 2 seconds. Okay, let's see. What else? UTK. UTK. I don't think I've ever analyzed that market before, but we'll just have to see. No, I don't think so. You see, I remember things. It's so good. Okay, let's see now what could happen. I'll ask the doctor for some pills to control my mood. Okay, we're taking a Fibonacci from 0.1840 to the highest point at 0.5103. That's the weekly. And on this market, we're just actually going sideways. A lot of wicks. Okay, so we can just drag this down. So what potentially could happen, because I could see market, I mean, yeah, obviously two things could happen. Either we are coming up and retesting 0.4554, and then we can come back down and retest the 50% level around 0.3466. But looking at the higher time frames, I mean, it's a super choppy market, so it does look like we can come back down a little bit more. I don't think we will break to the upside just yet. You're having so many wicks to the upside. And yeah, we did have the retest of this trend line too. So So we're taking a Fibonacci from 0.446 to the lowest point, and that is 0.3813. And as you can see, this is also just slightly above the Fibonacci, because sometimes you can see just a wick and then the market goes back down. So this could be the potential lower high for then see market coming back down. And the targets that I'm having on the 4-hour Fibonacci to the downside is combined, and the last take profit is just slightly below the 61% that we're having on the weekly Fibonacci continuation to the upside. Obviously, it's not just going to be a huge spike to the upside. You will see the market, be around here, and then you see it slowly starts to break. That is something that I can see right now. Obviously, other things can happen too. So for example, if we just drag this down a little bit, you're having the previous support. You could also see the market coming above, and then you see the market retested, and then you see market continues to the upside, because we just might be done retesting the weekly Fibonacci. Natalie, didn't you get the memo? Will go up from now on and never. Wesley, to be honest, you're the last person to listen to. Sorry, I just said everything what everyone else was thinking. Wesley, have you seen St. Nicholas yet? We thought you might have been trampling staple of kids while you were handling. Oh, Wesley, you're so funny. Everyone loves Wesley. Yeah, so I hope you understand and about the UTK. Moni was the first thing that I saw, so we can look at Moni, USDT. I guess that, yeah, Monster Infinite. I don't think I've ever traded, I don't think I've ever looked at. You want me to look at that? For real deal? What the hell? What? Yeah, well, we're going up. And we're going down. Yeah. Looks like, oh my god. Oh my god. We're looking at BAT USDT, Binance, you're a sick man. You're a sick man. Okay, guys. No one cares about Wesley. Okay, so we're looking at BAT, and we just might also have the fake out. We could potentially see the market coming back down to 1.03, and then the market continues back up. So the market will create a higher low, and then market continues back up. But we're just actually, we're going sideways. So we came back down to the support. So when you're going in a sideways market, market comes to the support, and then it breaks to the upside, comes back up to the resistance, and then we just might see the market coming back down again a little bit until we're breaking it to the upside again. But if I would find long position right now, I would wait for the pullback. We can go down to the lower time frames and see how it looks. So we're taking a Fibonacci from 0.9701 to the highest point at 1.1111. Can you see how that is combined with this level that I already had? And that is around, as I told you, 1.03, 27. Absolutely my favorite YouTube crypto trader, and you're hilarious. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's something you want to know about me. Now when we're getting more personal and we get to know each other. Before I started with trading, I was actually having a career, not career, but I started to have a career about, I was a comedian in Sweden. So it was a paper and TV stations that wanted to work with me, but I did quit because I had to focus on the charts. So depressing. But you never know. You can have multiple careers, right? But right now, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies or trading is my career. Okay, let's see. We did look at BAT going up to see what else we can look at. Phil, can you check KRL? KRL at yes, of course. Oh. Okay, on this pair, I have to take Fibonacci from 0.222260 to the highest point, and we're right now retesting the 50%. Okay, so we're just having, the market is just going. Nicola Trax, hello, good to see you too. Welcome to this live stream. Yeah, if you guys haven't liked this live stream, please guys go inside, like it, so we can reach out to more people and we can expand this channel together. Sure, you will be famous. Your YouTube will explode soon with this bull run. Thank you so much. First, last. I hope so. Well, it doesn't matter actually, as long as I'm happy with my own trading. It's actually good, but I definitely want to help people. Yes, I actually have Twitter. My Twitter account is, that's my Twitter account. So I just pinned the message in the chat. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, do that. And please guys, also, yes, just like Wesley is telling you, please, if you are not subscribing to this channel, please do that. I always have multiple live streams and always have daily updates about cryptocurrencies. And you can just go back in time and you can see how I see the market and actually see that I've been doing this for a long time. So you will not get disappointed, I can tell you. Okay, but looking at krill. Yeah, so it looks like we can break this trend line that we're having. But I don't want to use that one. It's a pretty ugly trend line. But I would use this support right here at 2.13, combining that with the Fibonacci slightly below. And so yeah, I would go for the support that we're having right here. You had the breakout retest. Market could come up to 2.12 and then continues back down. Or we can actually break it to the higher, create a new support and then continues up. Want to see how the daily closes. If we are closing above we're closing above, we could see the market retest continuation to the upside. First up, might your own NFTs, yes. So we can, of course. How long have you been trading for? I've been trading since 2018. Well, I wasn't profitable at 2018, I can promise you that, but I started trading at that point, or got introduced to it. Okay, so we're almost on our way up to my take profit around, and that is 58,275 to be precisely. No problem, Jacob, no problem. So I saw that someone wanted me to look at, so let's see. I know I saw something. What's your outlook on Ethereum? It appears to be an uptrend. Okay, so we can look at Ethereum for you. Since you used to be a comedian, tell us a crypto joke. It's not a joke, but when I started trading, I swear to God, sometimes I was wondering why I was alive. I was like, why did I choose this? Why do I choose to do something that makes me go crazy? Why do I cry all the time? Where's all my money? Is my name Wesley? Fuck. When I started trading, no one believed me. No one believed me. They were like, yeah, good luck. I was like, yeah, it's gonna work. Yeah. You tell me when it's good. I was like, yeah, thank you for the support, assholes. No one trusted me. Okay, so Ethereum, it seems like we are in an uptrend. Yes, we are still in a uptrend, but the market is right now doing a pullback. We're having a previous, so this is the previous all-time high around 4,192. Self-destruction. Oh. Yep. Oh my God. Yeah, we're having such a huge daily candle, guys, so it looks like we can come back. I mean, it's 2 days and 9 hours left of this candle, so a lot of things can definitely happen. But even if the market is closing like this, I don't believe the market will come back up. I do believe market has to come back down. It has to come back down. I mean, it doesn't have to, but I do believe that. Just following market structure, that's how the market will do. So so this is the last lower high that we did have on Ethereum on 4,300. So if any chance the market actually breaking that level, and then you see market coming back down maybe to 4,100, you can see a lower high at that point. Well, we just might start to have the continuation to the upside, but we have to break. So we're having the downtrend, we have to break the lower high and create a higher low for having a solid, to understand that we just might be in a uptrend right now. But we are in the uptrend. But the market just have to go back down. So it's perfect, guys. So it's super perfect. Theta. So we're looking at Theta token. Okay, taking that one away. So on the daily, we are still in a downtrend. On the overall picture, I am having a trend line from the bottom, and I took it from the wicks. I did adjust it when I was looking at the daily chart. Thank you, Wesley. So potentially what could happen is that we could come up and retest 6,900 and then come back down maybe to the trend line one more time. And that is also where the first take profit is on this Fibonacci around 5.5, and then we just might see the market trying to break this level, and then we're continuing to the upside one more time. But just looking at how the daily is looking, okay, let's see. So before we're coming up to 6,900, obviously the market would probably not just, have only green levels, blue candles. So we just might see the retest at 6, and then you slowly start to see market coming up to maybe 7.1, and at that point we just have to see how the market is reacting to this level. If we see the market coming up, down again, because that could be the lower high that we're having on the daily chart, and then you see market coming back down again. So we have to understand the higher time frames, what direction we are at, because on the daily we're having just huge candlestick, but then we're just breaking everything down to the lower time frames. So for example, on the 4-hour chart we are in a uptrend, but on the 30-minute charts we are in a downtrend. So we just have to try to figure everyone together, and that is how you're able to understand what's actually going on the market. And that's what I'm trying to do, and to show you guys that on the higher time frames on the daily we are on our way up to create the lower high. But just looking at the lower time frames, on the 15 minutes, if we're coming back down to 6, we're gonna be in a downtrend on the lower time frames. But on the overall picture, that is just a pullback. Market comes up, a pullback. Market goes up, pullback. So yeah. EOTX USDT. No problem, Sebastian. Okay, we're looking at EOX USD, and market came up and retested the trend line that I did have super perfectly, and we came back down from the trend line. So either we're coming up again and retest it, but we could also break this level that I'm having right now. Retest continues back down, because on the overall picture I still have the Fibonacci on the higher time frames on the daily, from the lowest to the highest point. And on the weekly, on the 4-hour chart, we just might created a lower high, lower low, lower high, maybe come back down to the Fibonacci around 0.15, and then you see the markets slowly starting to break to the upsides, break this trend line that I'm having, and you see continuation of the uptrend. But right now we are in a downtrend, going down, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Maybe one of the last lower highs, market comes back down, breaks to the upside. Yes, Thank you so much, Wesley. If you haven't liked this live stream, please do that, and so we can reach out to more people, and I can help more people to see how I look at the charts. And I'm just trying to make it simple for you guys. So please help me to like the live stream. I would be super thankful for that. Still want to see how it looks on Bitcoin, just to give myself an update. We're going back down a little bit. Robert, what do you think is the lowest point we are going to get on Bitcoin in short term? I don't know if you said it today. Thank you, you are great. Thank you so much. Bing Chicken, thank you so much. The target that I see the market coming back down to on Bitcoin is, I think could be around 52,000. That's what I see on Bitcoin. So for example, myself, I'm in a long position. I'm in a long position, but I always this is just a pullback. So I'm trading Bitcoin to where I see the pullback could create a lower high, and then if I see the market starts to have trouble breaking this level, I'm selling the market. So I am buying the pullback and I'm selling the impulsive move. But looking at, I just want to see how it looks on the lower time frames on Bitcoin, because we just might not reach that level that I am having. Blue looks lovely on me too. I just want to see. I'm gonna look at the other pairs too, guys. I just want to see where we come. Yeah, so if we're having the market coming back down, we could come back down to 57,500 and then come back up. I still want the market to come up a little bit more, because that just makes sense for me when I'm having the Fibonacci on the higher time frames. So I always take my Fibonacci levels from the highest point to the lowest point when it's a downtrend. And so yeah, I do believe we will come up a little bit more. So on the lower time frames, we're just having a pullback, but on the overall picture, we are still going up. Okay, so some of Natalie, thank you. No problem, Robert, no problem. Okay, you're in. Okay, so we're looking at Kylin. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But market didn't have the power to break, wow, 0.8, I guess. That it was on the weekly. So you could see the market coming up and retesting 0.10, continues back down. But at that point, we're having the support right here at 0.5, and we just might see the market slowly start to continue up again. But when we're coming up to 0.10 again, we just might have the power to break it. But the last time what happened right here. Market didn't have the power to do that, so market came back down. Do you even know fundamentals of any crypto when you chart it? Just curious. No, I don't. I never look at fundamentals, if that is what you're fundamentals. Nope. I only use price action. It's the only thing that I do. And that's because yeah, so this is why I look at Qlin or whatever. Does it a good movement to Shiba. Hey, hello Tesfaye, how are you? Whoa, my big red ship trade is in the green. Sold 50% and moved the stuff off. Hi Nat, do you always consider the wicks when using the Fibonacci and when not? I mean, it depends on how it looks, but usually I only take the bodies. I never include the wicks. So you only trade in Bitcoin? Nope, I only trade Bitcoin. Okay, so I trade Bitcoin and I trade index pairs. So that is the only thing. So when I'm trading, I only want to be focused on a couple of pairs, because otherwise it's so easy for me to get confused. So for example, right now I'm trading Bitcoin. I'm not trading another pair because it's so easily to get distracted. And that's for me. That is just how I work. Okay, so we're looking at Shiba Inu. We came back down to this previous resistance that I did have yesterday at 4,224. Market broke to the upside. So what potentially could happen right now is the same thing, is that we're actually gonna come back down. Wesley. Yeah, I buy in my entry moves up. But that's good, Wesley, I guess. So I do believe market can come back down. If I would want to find another good long position, I would wait for the market to come back down to around 4,700 for then continue back up. Because if the daily close is like this in 8 hours and 39 minutes, that is the fake out that we're having from the support. And usually what happens that market actually retests the support and then continues back up. Are you long BTC or short this time? Tesfaye, I am in 4 long positions on Bitcoin. So yesterday I did close my short positions, and today I am trading the pullback, potentially the pullback. We're looking at STMX. Okay, so it's a lot of, so we did have the trend line right here, so I'm just gonna adjust it like this. take away the Fibonacci. I'm gonna take away this one, so everything is clean when we're looking at this. Okay, so we're starting off with the weekly one more time. And the resistance that I think is important is 0.3470. And right now we're just we did come back down and retested the trend line because I had the trend line like this before. So market did, so if we're closing in one day, or we can also see it like in here, that we could have the retest and then market continues up, and that could be around 2,900. No, yeah, 2,941. So that's something that could definitely happen right now because we did respect this trend line. So at that point, I'm just gonna adjust it. We can also retest, if we're taking this support, we can also have a retest of 2960, continuation to the upside. Vilation, hey, when drawing Fibonacci extensions, it looks like you only use 2 points. In my trading view, I have used 3 points to draw Fibonacci. I'm confused. It's because we're having different settings, I think. Hi Nat, the dip was great buying opportunity. Super good, Vilation. That's super good for you. Thanks for the update, Wesley. There are different fib tools. Yes, it's different fib tools. Greetings from Timbuktu. Hopefully you're healthy. I am, and my BTC longs are too. Ah, so good. So yeah, we're going up. Can you explain trend-based Fibonacci vs normal Fibonacci? I only use fib retracement. That is the only thing that I'm using. So I cannot, to be honest, explain the other ones because I don't use those tools. You have to have in mind that I don't know everything. I don't use I don't use those kind of stuff. I'm a pretty simple trader, but it works kind of good. Can you do Wonderland time, please? Nah, I'm seeing the update in Discord now. So we're going back to 58K now. What Telegram group? Is it mine? My own Telegram? No, Discord. Wait, you don't use fib extensions? I know, I use fib retracement. And it works good, so I don't know why you're in shock. What are you talking about? Fib. Oh, you're using some. Oh no, hell. Oh no! I would never do that. Nope. You know, when you. No, I don't do that. My Discord? Or the Bitcoinsensus Discord? I'm confused now. On my Discord, on my Discord. So what I see on Bitcoin is that we could come up to 58,700 and create the lower high, and then we're coming back down. Yeah, exactly. I post my long entry, but that is the entries that I'm having. Oh yes, of course, guys. I can link in the description doesn't work. Oh, it's because Bitcoinsensus is working on to have a Discord, but we're on a way to do that. But I do have my private. Just one second. I'm gonna give it to you. Oh no, just one second, guys. Just one second. So I have my Discord, so I'm just sharing some of my ideas, or maybe I'm inside a trade, but I'm never, yeah, so because that is my private one, but obviously everything that I do on that one is also just for myself, but I'm just sharing the content with you guys. And on the Telegram group that we're having on Bitcoin is also super good. So you can just have the link in the description to the Telegram group. Okay, so I want to see what we can do more. So what do you want me to analyze? Do you think will fall down? Gene used the Okay, so looking at Gene USD, okay, so there's not so much data on this pair, so we could have a pullback. So I'm using previous support zones. Either we can have a small pullback, to 21.200 or 600, I'm sorry. If you're taking a Fibonacci, from the lowest point at 14.500 to the highest point at 23.200, that is telling us the market could come back down to the support that I was talking about, around 17.89. Then market could potentially continue to the upside, but I mean, we could also just come back down to 21.24. It's really hard when when this is the only thing that you're looking at, but obviously we are in the uptrend, so I would just wait for the pullback to come back down. Guys, right now on Femex, we do have a bonus up to $4,100. So if you're just scrolling down in the link that we're having in the description down below, you'll have the link. You can also receive up to 50% added to your deposit if you're using the promo code that we're having on Bitcoinsensus 50. If you're also scrolling down, you can see that we're having our social medias right here. You have the Telegram group right here. You have the Telegram community. So every time me and Andy, or we still have we have the website bitcoinsensus.com. So on the alerts, we always give up when we're having news, or when me and Andy are going live, or when we're having our daily uploads about cryptocurrencies. So if you're just scrolling down to to the description. You have so much information. We also have Twitter. And 3 times this week, I'm answering questions when you want me to analyze a pair. So I'm just texting you and I'm having a picture on and I give it to you. You also have the Discord right here to our community at Bitcoinsensus too. So just scroll down here. But on Phoenix, we have a bonus up to 4,100. So guys, claim this bonus. It's super good. Obviously, it depends on what you're depositing. And you have the link. Oh, that is Discord. Thank you so much, Wesley. Thank you so much. Claim these bonuses, guys. It's super good bonuses. I don't know how long we're gonna have it, to be honest. Maybe 2 weeks or so. Link. And guys, if you haven't liked this live stream, please go inside and like it. Make me and help me expand this channel so we can reach out to more people. As you know, I'm trying to be as honest as possible when it comes to trading. I'm trying so hard to explain as easy as possible how I see the market, because I know it's really hard, and that's why I'm here to help you. But please guys, like this live stream so we can reach out to more people. Was super good. And please subscribe also. I have daily uploads, I have multiple live streams, and I'm trying to help you as much as I can. So please go in and like this live stream. So while I'm doing your cryptocurrencies coins and analyzing, you can help me with that. Okay, so we're looking at Chainlink right now, and we're still having this trend line. I already did 90 more, almost 100. Please guys, help me to have 100 likes on this live stream. So we're having the trend line on the weekly, and we did respect it. The market is, you know, we have the fake out. So if the daily closes inside of this trend line, the market will retest it and then it will continue up. I can almost promise you that will happen. I cannot promise you that, but that is usually what usually happens when you're having the fake out. So we can also take this previous support where we are actually coming to right now. So because the market did come back down to the Fibonacci levels also that I did have, and it almost retested 61%, but we did respect the 50%. So we could come back down, also retest the 50% at 27.33, and then continue to the upside. I do believe we will continue. Or maybe this could also happen if we're taking fib from the highest point at 34.73. Marvick. And we're taking it from 26.54. Potentially what could happen is that we're creating a lower high, and then market just might come back down again. Who knows? I don't know, you don't know. This is what we have to wait and see. But the only thing that we can focus on right now is that we just might have a fake out on the daily, market retested, and then comes back inside of it again. But when we're coming to 31.56, that is when we have to start to see, oh, maybe the market is not having the power to break to the upside. But then you're like, yeah, but Natalie told us this could be the lower high, so now the market is just might going down. So I'm gonna take away all of my emotions with the hope that the market is going back up, and I actually see the market going back down. Yes, you said it politely. That's very good. Looking at Bitcoin again, so we'll see what's happening. Market had... What the fuck is this? What? Okay, so let's see what can happen on Bitcoin. We just might have the pullback now. Coming back down, create. But that just might be another long position for me. Who knows? Who knows? Is there any other pair that you want me to look at, guys? We did look at Link. Link. STMX. I don't know if I did look at that pair. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, okay, yeah, so I did that. Yes, I can do that. Hey Natalie. Hey Natalie, what have been the 3 biggest mistakes when you started trading, and how did you manage to avoid them afterwards? The biggest mistake for myself was not using different time frames. That was like the biggest mistake, because I remember I started to read different books like everyone else is doing, and in every book that I was reading, or not every, I was reading 2 books, to be honest. I was reading Candlestick Bible and Naked Trading, and in both of them they was always telling us that we needed to use the higher time frames. I didn't do that, and yeah, that was like the first mistake that I did, because that also made me not realize how the market was moving. And the second one was not having a system. So I did backtest and all of that, but I kind of never took it serious. I never created a system in the beginning. So that was like my second thing, to not have a system, because when you're having a system, that also takes away the emotions. The third thing for me was also over leverage. I was super greedy, guys. I don't think you understand how greedy I was. I was terrible. And I sometimes, can see that, that's like that is a behavior that I have when it comes to money. So that's something that I really have to work with. So what helped me was, not be emotional is obviously having a system to follow. So when you're going into a market, when you're placing your order, you know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're trading with your emotions and what you think, not what you see. And not being greedy, well, at some point you don't want to lose your money anymore. You want to be profitable. So, I started to write down everything that I did. And I kind of saw how much money I was losing. And every time I felt that I was losing a trade and you want to revenge trade, how to revenge trade. You know, you get that emotion. I know everyone has it. So when you're losing a trade, you start to it's like a special feeling, like revenge, like you want that money back, and you start sweating and you getting angry. So at first, when I started to feel that, I just left the charts. And I was like, no, I cannot do that, because I know what the outcome of this is, and that is me losing even more money. So just trying to see your own behavior. Revenge trade is the worst. Yeah, it is, but it's the most common thing that people are doing. Okay, looking at CELR. The very first time I messed up in future was like that. Do you have a written system? Do you have to have a written system? I mean, right now when I'm trading, I know what I'm looking for, and sometimes I cannot even explain what I'm looking for. It's just inside of my head. But in the beginning, I was just like, okay, the market has to do this, the market has to do that. And I checked the boxes that it was okay. But right now when I'm trading, it can take me like 1 minute looking at the charts, and I just see everything. And sometimes you add certain things, and sometimes you just have a feeling, but that comes with time. And from nowhere, you just kind of know what you're looking for. Okay, so looking at CELR. So we're having this support right here where the market is just about to break inside to again. We can also use this previous resistance. So we could potentially see the market retesting this support at 0.108. Market continues to the upside. Looking at what targets we can have. Okay, so we are still in a downtrend, obviously. I don't have so much more to look at this pair, but levels where we can see rejection is around 0.12 and 0.12800. That is on the daily. So we can come up here and then we can come back down to the support again, or we just actually can come back down and retest whatever higher high the market creates, and then slowly breaks to the upside. But looking at these levels, how the market is reacting to it, super important, especially this level right here at 0.120800, because this is where the market tried to break before, but it didn't have the power to do that, so it came back down. Sounds like me in my first month. Thank you for your tips and TA's great content. Thanks so much for sharing. I mean, everyone, I can promise you, we're going through the same thing. I think that is like one of the funniest thing with trading, is because everyone experienced the same thing. The only difference is from the person who is successful and the person who stops and the person who still struggles, is that the person who is successful actually is taking all of the lessons and trying to turn it into, success. And just as long as you're honest with yourself that you're actually the one who is, when you're losing the money, you're actually the one, you're responsible for that. So it's never the market's fault, and you have to control your emotions. It's really hard. But at one point, when I started to become profitable, it was when I was like, Natalie, you have to take this super serious. You suck, Natalie. Like, to be honest, you suck. You know what you're looking for, you know what you're doing, but the risk reward is you suck on it. There's no way, Natalie, you will ever be able to do what you want to do if you're gonna continue like that. So I just had to talk to myself and be like, stop being like this. It's not even you against the charts. It's you against you. You have to stop doing that. You have to take responsibility of what you're doing. And it sucks, but no one likes responsibility, right? That's why people are blaming people of things happening in their life. And trading is like so raw. Trading doesn't give a shit. I'm sorry, but trading doesn't care about you and your money. It doesn't matter. Doesn't care if you have $1 million. I have $1 million. What can I do with that? You're gonna lose all of your money if you don't know how the system is working. If you don't know how to trade, market doesn't care about you. You're not trying to be better than the market, or you just have to follow the market. So when everyone is panicking because the market is going down, guess what everyone else is doing? They're selling the market. I know exactly what to tell other people and still fuck. I mean, that's Wesley. I was the same. I was the same in the beginning. That's with everything. Come on. If I have problems with a guy, I'm talking to one of my girls and she don't even have a boyfriend. You know, she's telling me what to do, but she cannot even do it herself. I mean, that goes along with life. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. You can help people, but at some point you have to help yourself first. No, that's how it works. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that and I'm gonna continue. But it's important, guys. For myself on this live stream, I don't know what other YouTubers are doing, but I think it's really important for us to understand how the market is working and how your emotions is attached to it, because at the end of the day, it's just about you. It's about you being better and stop being a fucking retard. And I'm just, because that's how I was with myself. Stop being stupid, Natalie. You're smarter than this. Okay, so we're looking at LRC. We came back down to the weekly Fibonacci or daily at 2.1741 if we want to be correct. I am retard. No, I'm not talking about that, but sometimes we are. No. We have all been that. Exactly. So yeah, we did break this trend line right now, so we just have to wait and see if we're gonna close inside of it again, or if we're actually gonna retest it and then continues back up. If we're coming back down again, we see the retest inside of the trend line comes back down. Continue talking, please. My mom says I'm special. Well, you are, Wesley. You're very special. We can all agree to that. Yeah, so I definitely want to see how the market is reacting to this trend line. What happened, Natalie? Why are you giving a lecture? Someone asked me and I just continue to do that. I like talking. Haven't you noticed that? I mean, come on. It's easy. I mean, sometimes you need to hear certain things, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I think some people need it. Mandar, why are you giving a lecture? Because I want to? Duh. Okay, so yeah, I want to see how the market reacts to that. Females, yeah, exactly. Yep. I don't think the other guys on that's having you know, YouTube channels about trading talking like this, I don't know, but I don't think so. They're just like super hyped and I'm here all emotional, you know, la 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 la. That's the good thing for whatever, you know, that's a good thing being a female, because when you're inside the market you actually have to have some you have to be a kind of feminine in Swedish. You have to be very humble, and as a woman, you know, it's very easy for us to be that. So if you're coming in like you know, a real dude, and you're like, I'm gonna take all of this money away from the market, guess what the market's gonna do? It's gonna finger you, right? So that's why it's really good being a woman, when you start to control your feelings. You don't think you're the baddest. I remember one of the guys that started trading with me, he was so cocky, like he was super cocky. And he thought like he ruled the world. He's not inside, he's not trading anymore, I can tell you. I swear to God, because he was too tough. I know you like talking, but today you're too serious. I'm serious? You need to be serious sometimes. It's a serious game. We are inside. I don't know what else you want me to look at, guys. Hello, Phasor. Phasor, how are you doing? What else can we look at? Well, just giving you an update on my Bitcoin trade. It's going pretty good. Huh? Super good, guys. I'm super good, Fezor. Thank you. I wasted too far at the moment. Just ignore Mandar. No, it's okay, bro. We are about to hit my take profit. Are you on long positions? Yes, I am, but just to 58,800, then I will start to see if I'm gonna short Bitcoin. Haha, me too, since 2 days, lol. 2 days ago? What? I was in a short yesterday on Bitcoin. Okay, so we're looking at Retest token. Yeah. Okay. This is my karma. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna do this right now. Okay, so we're having on Retest token. We do have a resistance right here. So we did break it, so we could definitely use this level to see if we're gonna come back down and respect it as a support continuation to the upside, or if we're breaking inside again, you can see it as a new resistance. Market could come back down to the trend line that we're having. To the trend line right here. Market, yeah, so that is what I see. So I would use a 0.23 as a solid support and resistance zone to see what's going to happen against it. Now, have you ever tried adding a momentum indicator like MAC or RSI to help you? No, I've never tried it. I tried it, I didn't like it, so I stopped doing it. Quick question. What platform do you use? How do you mean? What platform? If we do have the Telegram group to our community, that is Bitcoinsensus. Bitcoinsensus. If you're just scrolling down on the description that we're having, Wesley can also give you the. Can also. Oh, I use the brokers that I'm having is I'm using Prime XBT, Femex, and I also use Bybit. I have some personal other brokers too. But you're having, if you're scrolling down to the description, we do have the brokers that I'm using. And we're also having the community. Let's see. This is the Discord that we're having to the Bitcoinsensus community. So you please guys go in there. So we're gonna start using Discord for the community also. Could you check polls, please? Yes. So I'm using 3.1. We could come up to that level. We're also having a previous support right here, which we can see maybe a retest. Oh, okay, sorry. So the link is invalid. Okay, so we're just working on it. So yeah, we could come back down and retest. I would drag it down a little bit, maybe to this level. We could see the if we see the retracement back down, and then we can come back down to 2.8, and then the markets could come back up. But as long as we're looking at what's happening around the 3.1, and that is a previous resistance also, because every time we came to this level, the market actually had trouble breaking it. So something like that. So for the pullback, it can come back down to 2.8, continues back up, but then we're starting to look at what's happening around 3.1. How many trades? Meta is... How do you stay profitable? When I'm taking my profits, I'm going away from the charts, and then I go back. Just give it like an hour, 2 hours, so I'm not sitting at the charts too much. Like today, I've been sitting at the charts the whole day, for example. But right now I'm back testing so many things, and I'm actually trading off of my new back testing, and it works super good. Yeah, and risk management, obviously, 100%. But sometimes, you know, sometimes you have to you just have to stay away from the charts. Are you always in profit? No, not always. Nope. No. But I've never been so much in profit the way I am right now after I've been, you know, I went back and just started to back test certain things. And with that, it also became easier for me to spot entries, to have my targets. Yeah, exactly. What are you back testing? Just different patterns, how the market is moving, how I'm combining the higher time frames with the lower time frames, different levels. I mean, I backtest everything right now, kind of, when it comes to market structure and price action. So I'm obviously taking everything that I already know, and then I'm just trying to combine these new things that I'm learning. You know, SFP. Thank all of you for advices. That's good. good that you're here and feeling that you're actually gaining something out of this live stream, not just for me, but the people in. Okay, so we're looking at SFP right now. So we can take, so the market started to create lower highs, so we're taking a trend line right here. That is on the daily, on the weekly, I'm sorry. On the daily, we did have the market having trouble breaking this level. We can also drag it up and do something like this. Yeah. So potentially what could happen is that where it can obviously come back down to this to the resistance again. We're just gonna change it, something like that. Okay, so what I would look for right now is to see how the market is reacting to 1.4. And then if we're breaking that, we could come back, retest continuation to the upside, and that is 1.8. But to have in mind is that if you're using a Fibonacci on the weekly from the lowest point at 0.8 to the highest point 1.8, we could actually see, yeah, exactly. So we did respect the 61%. Right now the market is breaking to the upside. But we have to wait and see. But as long if we're breaking and closing above the support again, retest it, market goes down, or you'll actually see the market just retesting it as a new lower high, market comes back down maybe to 1.2 again, retesting the Fibonacci levels that I'm having. What do you think about learning by doing it without using too much money to trading, learning from the mistakes and improving every time? Yeah, so that is also one problem that a lot of people is having, is that they're putting too, and that just that was the same thing for me. No problem, Fasor, thank you. Wesley wanted me to look at beat. But you know, in the beginning when I started trading, I've never ever in my whole life used, okay, maybe 1 or 2 times, but I never used a demo account. That is just like, because that's how greedy I was, and I mean I had to pay for it. But I think people are losing too much money because they're giving the brokers too much money, and they want to gain more money than they want to gain experience. So they're so focused on just having the money. And that was the same thing for me. So I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but definitely can try to help people with the mistakes that I did. Okay, so looking at Bit now, Wesley, for you, this is for you. So looking at the weekly, we're having a huge candlestick to the downside. Looking at the daily, you have multiple red candles. So if the market right now comes up to the previous support, you just might have the retest. If you can take the Fibonacci from the highest point from 2.9 to the lowest point, and that is 2.3, you could also see the market coming up to maybe 2.7 also, and then see the market. If you start to see market having a problem breaking this level on the lower time frames, market could definitely come back down. But to have in mind is this previous support right here that we just might having a fake out from, is that if we're coming to this level at 2.5 and you start to see market having trouble breaking this level, you could maybe see the market starting to go up again. So that's what I see right now on this pair. You could also come back down right now and retest $2.7 for a short position. I hope that 2.736 is entry, so whew. You can look. Wesley. Oh my god, Wesley. Mark is here. Hello, good morning. How are you? Wesley, sometimes oh my god, Wesley, I want to say so many bad things to you right now, but you know, I have to be professional, so I'm gonna be quiet. But I think you know what I'm thinking. What broker you use? I used Bybit, Prime XBT. It was an amazing entry. Yeah, if you wanted to lose your money, it was perfect entry. Wesley being Wesley. Yeah, and on the brokers that we're having right now that I'm also using is Femex. So on Femex, we do have a bonus up to $4,100. You can also use Prime XBT, and Prime XBT is super good if you are a day trader, and you can receive up to 50% added to your deposit if you're using our promo code Bitcoinsensus50. I also use Bybit right now, and we also have 4,100 up to 4,100 on Bybit. Bybit is a super good broker if you want to swing trade with low fees, so that is super good. So if you're just scrolling down to the link that I'm having in this description, you'll see, and Andy does have, if you don't know who Andy is, but he does have tutorials about these exchanges if you want to learn about them, if you don't already know about it. Natalie, I'm doing fantastic. That's good, Mark. I'm super happy for you. Crow, please. Looks like 40 minutes might be good. Okay, I just want to see what's happening on Bitcoin, but obviously, yeah, it's good. So, do we expect breakout on what pair? Someone wanted me to look at Cream USDT. Someone? That's Marvick. What do you mean with someone, Natalie? What the hell are you talking about? Cream USDT. Okay, so this is a very fun pair. Okay, so we're having the support at 25, where the market is looking like we're coming back to that level. Well, we just had the market going back down. So yeah, I would wait for the market to come back down to this level. I do think we will do that, but if we're just taking the line chart to see where another super great, okay, so this is a area. Okay, so market can come up to 55, and I mean, based on what the market is doing against that level, either way it will respect it, come back down, or it will break it and continue to the upside. So I would look at how the market is looking at 55. and then see if we're coming back down again. It's a very strange pair. I mean, you don't have so much. I mean, the market has just been, you know, wow. As I told you before, this is just like a mountain. If you jump off of this, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. TLM. Wesley, if it makes better, when I started, I blew my account 4 times. Okay, I don't think you even want to know how many times I've been blowing up accounts. It's been many. I remember I was trading Dow Jones before, and I still do, but in the beginning, so I started trading like the most volatile pair, not volatile, but it's super strong. And and this was in the beginning, so I think I had traded up to maybe, what was it, 5, I think I had 5K on that account. It took some time for me to trade up that. So by the time when I started to have a lot of money on the account, you know, you started to be cocky, you know, I'm the best one in the whole wide world, you know, stuff like that. It took me, I remember I was putting a long position. I was putting up a long position and I lost all of those money in 3 minutes. It took me 3 minutes to lose 5K. I didn't talk to anyone in 3 days. People tried to contact me. I was like, no one's talking to me. I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. You know, if I could have shot myself. It sucked. That was painful. It was super painful. So stupid. Yeah, it was. I mean, and I remember the thing was I didn't use such a high leverage. The thing is with US30 is, I mean, it's so strong. It's so strong. So for example, I don't know, this pair, I mean, this is like from this low to this high is like 190 pips. When you're looking at US30, this could be like 4,000 pips, like 4,000 your money. And I lost everything. Actually, I just lost 4,005 this month the same way. Well, yeah, I mean, that is just a part of trading. Eventually you will learn. And I mean, the worst thing of losing that much is trading with very small positions. Yeah. Hi Nat, you're so beautiful. I did the same. Thank you so much. Many times. So many times. Yeah. So that was pretty hard. It was super hard. And do you even think I learned from that? No. Of course not. I think that happened like 100 million times right after it too. So, you know, it takes some time. I mean, I remember that was in the beginning when I started trading. So I got Wesleyed. I seriously got Wesleyed. Natural gas is the same thing. What? What do you mean? Okay, so we're looking at TLM. So someone want me to look at this and be like, shut up, Natalie, can you just do this now? Stop talking and do your job. They take 200 pips per trade. What the hell? Okay, so we're taking the fib from lowest point to the highest point. We can see the market coming back down and retest 0.21, and it was a pretty good retest right here that we did have. Market continues back up. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, so market is just going straight up. We have some bearish candlesticks, but it's not giving me like a clear high and high low. Maybe this could be the high. So we're taking another Fibonacci from the lowest point to the highest point. So potentially what we can see is that market comes back down to 0.2413, and then the market just might continue to the upside. But if we cannot break this level right here, what it looks like, but I can be wrong. Yeah, so yeah, that kind of looks good. If we're not having the power to break this level, that's when we're coming back down to create the higher low for the market, hopefully trying to break this 0.26. Yes, blow my account 5 times. Well, now my broker is rich. Yes, my problem is that I'm not patient enough. I know I had the same problem. Sometimes, you know, even when I'm looking at trades today, I can be like, okay, I want to go in, but then I remind myself, Natalie, come on, you know what you're doing. So you always have to remind yourself. It's just like you have to change your mindset, and it comes with time, or maybe it doesn't come, but if you want to succeed with it, it has to come. And no, Natalie, tell us like this. It makes us good because we do the same. Yeah. What else do you want me to look at? I think what we're looking at LRC. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Please do that. I always go through cryptocurrencies, and I always talk a lot on my live streams, but I'm always trying to give you, you know, I'm just the same as you. The only thing that I just might have done it for a couple of more years, hours, days, whatever, but I'm not trying to be more special than anyone. I just love trading. That's all. So please subscribe to this channel, and we can love the charts together. And be angry when we're in stop loss and getting Wesley. Okay, so we're looking at the 4-hour chart. And if you haven't liked this live stream, guys, please go inside and like it. What? I know the theory and I know what I should do, but when I'm in the middle of trading, I forget everything, sometimes too greedy. Yeah, I was the same, but eventually I was just like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So it will come to a point. Wesley's shorts are still on sale. No, thank you, Wesley. I don't want them. Okay, so looking at LRC, we did break this trend line that I do have on the 4-hour and the daily chart. We can go down and see how it looks. So either the two things that can happen right now is that we're either breaking retest it and then continues to the upside, or we will actually break inside of it, retest, and come back down a little bit more. We're all Wesley, yeah. At least once we were. We can also use Fibonacci from 2.1 to the highest point, and that is 2.7. And that also gives us, if we see the market break into the downside again and break this trend line, don't be scared, because we might have a pullback to create a higher low, and then the market slowly goes up to the upside. And that is around 2.4. So either retest the trend line that we're having on the daily, or the market breaks inside, retest the trend line, comes back down to Fibonacci level 2.4, and then you just might see the market having the power to break to the upside. Okay, so we're looking at Bitcoin one more time. So yeah, we're not so far away from We're not so far away from the 50% of where we could potentially have a lower high created. I have my profit around 50, was it 58,272, and it almost came to that level, but it now, oh yeah, you know, you need just a little bit more, we'll see. But I'm right now, I have, the total is 1,300 pips in profit. So yeah, we just might see what's happening. Market could also come back down to 57,362 and then continues up, and then just might slowly break to the downside. Okay guys, I also have to go, Wesley. Starting to feel that I've been sitting too much at the computer. Hi Natalie, hope you're having a great day. May I ask which RSI? I don't use RSI, so sorry Carolus, I cannot give you anything about that. I don't use any indicators when I'm trading. Sorry. Okay, but you can go on Andy's live streams. I think he's pretty good at RSI. Okay guys, so thank you so much for being on this live stream together with me. I'm super happy that you want to sit here with me and listen to me talking. But otherwise, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done that. Please go inside and like this live stream so we can reach out to more people. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that. So you have a good day, a good night wherever you are in the world. It's almost 6 o'clock here in Sweden, so I'm gonna grab something to eat, and then we see each other tomorrow's live stream. Have a good day, everyone. Have a super good day, and remember guys, trade with risk management. Thank you, Wesley, also for helping me. I don't think he's left here, but yeah. So thank you, Wesley, just so you know. And thank you, everyone. Have a good day.